Inside Huntsville with Brenda Martin, a conversation with department heads at City Hall on streets, ball fields, public safety, and more. And also with our community partners that add economic security, support education, and enhance the city's quality of life.
Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Inside Huntsville. I'm your host, Brenda Martin. Today I'm pleased to have on the show City Councilman and President Pro Tem, the Honorable Dr. Richard Showers, Sr., who represents District 1 and chairs the city's Finance Committee. During this segment of Inside Huntsville, we're going to discuss the City of Huntsville's finance and how it affects you, the citizen. It's my pleasure to have the chair of the Finance Committee here to explain the process. Thank you, Dr. Showers, for being here with us today.
Thank you, Brenda. It's a delight to be on your program, your show, Inside Huntsville. In fact, when I found out that I was going to have this opportunity, been just looking forward to being here with you.
Thank you.
What a delight.
Thank you, thank you. Dr. Showers, let's first talk about Dr. Richard Showers. You were elected, back in 1988. What did you do before the election, though?
I was an educator in this city. In fact, I served 36 years, worked out on Drake Avenue at the Career Technical Center. And of course, along the way, I was blessed by the superintendents at that time to be able to take leave and to work at the school and to work away on the city council. Certainly, I was delighted to have that opportunity to represent all of Huntsville. Mm-hmm. I've been able to represent District 1 as a delight and support all the rest of the city as we move forward.
Well, Dr. Showers, since you were the first African American to be elected in 1988, what did that mean to you? What was that? It had to be exciting, and I mean, you were the first.
It was a delight. I came up in an era where I saw my mother and father being a couple that was a community activist. Mm-hmm. I saw them all of my life while I was there in South Alabama, Baldwin County, mm-hmm. A community of Lillian, Alabama. And certainly when I got to Huntsville, at that time in 1964, it was no thought in my mind that I was going to run for elected position. It was a delight. My wife and I, we had a membership at the YMCA, and I can recall that when we would go to pick them up, the children, there were other children who were outside the fence. We had an outdoor swim pool at that time. And of course, when I would arrive to pick up our children, there was all these children outside looking in. And I knew then that had to change. Mm-hmm. And of course, Dr. George Grayson filed suit. And of course, we went from an at-large to a single-member district. And in fact, the YMCA was dilapidated, burned, an eyesore on Blue Spring Road. And I knew I had the opportunity to make a difference. So I went to work with the help of the administration, the other 4 council members. We were able to convert a burned, dilapidated building into what it is today, the Shower Center, giving that part of the community an opportunity to have a quality of life. Mm-hmm. That prior to that, we did not have that opportunity. So I was delighted to share in that opportunity and to move North Huntsville, District 1, in line with the rest of the city.
Great. There are 5 districts, as you said, and each one of them, I noticed, has a distinct personality. What is the makeup of your district, and what are the boundaries?
Well, District 1 is unique. We are, from the suit, the 70% of the citizens that reside in North Huntsville are black, 30% white, and of course, I have never moved to serve District 1 or North Huntsville along racial lines. I've represented all the citizens of our north part of our city. The boundaries, the northern boundary is Bobway Lane, and just beyond that, Beaver Dam Road is the ultimate northern line for District 1. Governor's Drive is the southern boundary for District 1. Jordan Lane is the western boundary. And of course, Meridian Street is the eastern boundary for District 1.
Okay. A wide area, needless to say. How many people are in that area, in that district?
Since our latest census, our districts are closely equal. District 1, we have 39,000 caring citizens in that district.
Okay.
And we're not exactly the same in all, but we are closely aligned with similar populations in each one of the districts.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Showers, you represent, of course, as you mentioned, District 1, but today we're going to talk about the fact, too, that you serve as the chair of the city's Finance Committee. How did you come to do so?
That position is always an appointment by the president of the city council. I am delighted that 2 years ago, our council gave me the privilege to serve, and then Councilman Cover became the president. And he made that appointment. I've served on all of the other boards, but it's been a delight to serve as chair, representing the council on the Finance Committee. I have some quality people. Our finance director, Ms. Sargent, and I work very closely together. She comes up every Thursday night, and we have regular meetings, and we have an opportunity to sit down, and she report to me basically where we are with the process. We have a general fund budget and a capital budget, and she and I pay close attention to that particular process. We are blessed in Huntsville. Our rating is superb. It guarantees us. In fact, under this administration, we have constantly rated the highest rating that a city, municipality could have had in a city like Huntsville. And because of that, when we need to go to the bond agency, the bond market, because our rating is so good, I have no problem going to make those decisions to borrow money to make sure that quality of life is there and affordable for Huntsville.
Well, now, how many years, because this is really something very exciting as well, how many years have we had this outstanding rating?
Well, for the last several years under Mayor Battle, from his start until now, we've had that rating in terms of the finances. We go up to New York, to the bond agencies, and they rate us. They question us, they look at our record, they look at what we do, how we do it, and for the last several years, under this current administration, we've had the highest rating that you could have in a municipality.
Dr. Showers, under the general fund, what does that entail?
The general fund is certainly that fund that takes care of the needs, the wishes, and the concerns of all the citizens that reside in our city. The general fund provides for all services in the city of Huntsville, Alabama. And of course, we're again delighted that when the mayor comes before the council and present his budget, and we usually start doing it next month in October. And of course, we sit down, we go over all the needs, all the wishes, but the ability to be conservative and still provide quality for every citizen that resides in this city.
And Dr. Showers, when you talk about that fund, the general fund, allowing the city to make sure that the various services are provided to our citizens, let's talk about some of those services. What are some of those services that are provided to our citizens?
We are certainly delighted that our city certainly serves the needs of this total city. Garbage pickup, the ability to make sure that we have quality of life, our parks, our ball fields, other quality of life, theater, arts. We are certainly in a position to provide that for our citizens. A civic center that is second to none. Certainly we got a research park that's second to none. In fact, we are the second largest research park in the country.
In the country, okay.
Only second to Durham, North Carolina, which has the largest park in the nation.
I see. Okay. And the other fund, we've got the general fund and the other fund. Let's talk about that, the capital fund.
The capital fund, again, very unique. We identify the dollars that we have for the general fund and the dollars that we have for capital. Capital are those funds that take care of our roads in our city. Those funds that we spend only for items that relates to the opposite side of our general fund. Those capital items, our streets, our paving, making sure that we have the proper amount of citizens employed to produce the work, to get the work done. Those dollars are there to make sure that Huntsville can have a balance between capital and between the capital general fund.
Now, what are some of the other things in the capital fund that, such as you can tell us more about?
Well, our capital fund, a multi-million-dollar program, covers not only those items that is unique to our citizens of Huntsville, our schools.
Okay.
Annually, when I got elected, we were just negotiating a certain amount of money for our schools. We are delighted that this year alone, over $200 million have gone into support to make sure that we have quality schools. In fact, in my district, 4 new schools, renovation, and new opportunities for our students to learn is a large part of what we do with our capital amounts of monies to guarantee that our citizens do not want for anything, because we put the money there to make sure that Huntsville is the kind of city that citizens who come to Huntsville, Redstone Arsenal, it creates the opportunity for us to have jobs. Remington, Polaris, Toyota, and many other businesses that locate here because of what we offer. The quality of life in Huntsville is an attraction that we are proud of.
Yes, yes. And, you know, in talking about these various companies that come into Huntsville, oftentimes the one thing that they look for or look at is the education in the city.
That is true.
And we have a pretty good relationship with our education folks. And can you speak to that a little bit?
Yes, under this current leadership, and I would be remiss if I would not say that it was a surprise when our superintendent decided to go a different direction. We got an interim superintendent under Mr. Tom Drake, a person that I've known down through the years. My students, my children, was at Johnson High School when he was there, and several other places. But the plus for education in Huntsville is the fact that we support education, that we put the dollars there to make sure that we have the kind of schools that we now have in Huntsville, that we don't have a school district that is suffering from a lack of money. We are delighted to say today that with our annual budget towards education in Huntsville, we are able to do the things that this city needs to do and to continue to attract jobs and to make sure that we offer the education that our students, once graduating, can go anywhere in this country.
And we have a lot of our students also get an awful lot of opportunities all over the country, as you say.
When you look at Huntsville City Schools and its graduating classes and the number of scholarships that's granted all across this country, we're delighted that we are producing the kind of students that would attract universities and colleges over the nation to invite them, to offer them quality scholarships to get their learning.
And that's it. We get a lot of our children, our youth, they get a lot of scholarships here.
Well,
millions of dollars.
It's a blessing that Huntsville have that characteristic. Anytime you produce the kind of students we are producing now, they're going to receive offers for scholarships.
That's exactly right.
And the recruiters who go all over the country, they head to Huntsville because they know the quality of the product that we produce here in this city.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us in terms of the finances of the city of Huntsville before we go?
The object with the Finance Committee, and I must say that the other four council members, mayor, its administration, those persons who set up the parameters for the budget, who design the budget that is affordable, design it in such a way that we don't create an environment that's not reachable.
Okay.
We are delighted through this conservative mechanism to have participation by the administration, by our finance director, by the full council, who sit down and agree that these are the things that we need to put in the budget, and we pass those things to ensure that the finances produce the outcome that we think Huntsville needs to produce.
Well, Dr. Showers, thank you for serving. Thank you for your service all these years, and certainly thank you for leading the Finance Committee for the city of Huntsville.
So welcome.
My producer is telling me I'm almost out of time. And so Dr. Showers, again, we want to thank you for sharing the information on Huntsville City Finance process and the role and your role as the chair with our viewers. Thanks for joining me for another segment of Inside Huntsville. I'm Brenda Martin. Until next time, enjoy your city.